The college basketball experience preview and picks episode for Wednesday, December 4th on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Sign up, and when you do, sign up with that promo code TCE SGPN. You get a 50% deposit bonus up to $1,000. We're also brought to you by Rebet, a new sports book available in 45 different states. Download Rebet in the App Store and use the promo code SGPN for 100% deposit match up to $100. We're also brought to you by Rhythm. Start crushing college football and college basketball with Rhythm. Get your free 7-day trial period today by going to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. That's RITHMM. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. And remember, as always, folks, to let it ride.
Hey, this is Derek Stevens. I'm the owner of Circa Las Vegas. You're listening to FGPN. Let it ride.
Welcome to the college basketball experience preview picks episode for Wednesday, December 4th. And I could just play that all day. We could just do a fucking episode. Just keep it on loop. YouTube.com/the college experience. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're not defending the All Coast Conference. We will talk about that. I'm actually having a shitty. I'm going to go ahead and say this. I declare tonight was my worst night of the year. And I know you didn't get my picks on last night's show, but if you follow the app, I gave you lemons. I gave you a lot of lemons. Ate a lot of shit. I thought it was going to be a get up spot for the All Coast Conference. But you know what? Shout out to Leg Show Magazine. I know you said it. He goes, damn it, dude, I'm out. I'm losing all these picks. Well, we've been there. See you tomorrow, by the way. But I get it. I get the frustration. Today was a horrible, horrible day for me. Easily the most amount of money I've lost since the college basketball season started. We'll talk all about it. I mean, I feel like I even had a couple decent plays in there, but I just got bombarded by horrible, horrible plays. If you're wondering who the hell you're listening to, my name is Colby Swinging Database Dan, a.k.a. Pick Dundee. That's not a pick. This is a pick.
He was raised in the land down under, where a man thinks on his feet, speaks with his fists, and lives by his wits.
When Dundee happened, he was a superstar.
And you're nothing but a chameleon, lemon-headed, coward, terrorist pussy. And I'm after you, buddy. You're going to pay for it. Good night.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to Miami. We got the chat rolling along. Potty. Hopefully you're drinking a hot potty and not referring to Ole Miss. I got the Christmas tree. Just poured me some fucking eggnog, threw a bunch of whiskey in this thing. You know, yeah, it's one of the nights where you need the whiskey. I don't think this guy had nearly as bad a night as me, so maybe it's all sunshine and rainbows over here. For the host of the Big 12 College Experience and the Riot and Rush Show, give it up for former video coordinator for Hall of Fame coach Bob Huggins and Frank Martin, Ryan McIntyre, a.k.a. Money Line Mac. How are you, brother?
I'm doing great. I'm sorry. I was just replying to all my tweets and slander all day for my Clemson pick, all you Big Blue Nation jabronis.
I bet Clemson too, but even that couldn't save me.
Oh, man. They were killing me last night. They were talking that Kentucky was going to take over Little John. It was going to be a home game. Get the fuck out of here. Clemson's get up spot. And shout out to the ACC. You guys fucking suck. I'll keep it right to the point. You guys are awful. Get out of here.
Mac tonight. Come on, make it Mac tonight.
Yeah, it was tough. They better have a hell of a good day tomorrow. I'll tell you that. Let's just get right into it. There's a lot to talk about. Well, the day opened up with me making money. I did bet on Eastern Illinois. And I thought, hey, look at me, Lionel Richie dancing on the goddamn ceiling after winning this E-I-E-I-O. But after this, did you not bet this, Mac?
I should have. I was scared.
I tried convincing him, but I couldn't get him there.
Oh man, I didn't even know Hoop Fierce was doing guest spots over here. I just look up and see Hoops on the TV. But anyway, back to the point. Whenever I fade Butler, they fucking roll. So I was like, let me just not jinx you guys. So good pick, guys.
Butler
Shout
had
out to the
Houston
great Hoops
next,
Peterson.
too. They just kind of
Yeah.
cruised, never really in doubt. It got a little close with like 10 minutes to go. They pulled away. They were up by like 19, but that was the biggest lead they had. So felt pretty comfortable.
So I bet Delaware State plus 13. They lost by 13.
Hey,
It's
great
like-
comeback.
On a night like tonight, I'm like, that should count as a win.
Hey man, it did count as a win because they were down like 25 with like 10 minutes left, but they had the heart of a champion and they pushed in the Battle of Delaware.
Yeah. Mason saying nice Christmas tree. This is the first time I basically, if I'm going to be honest, it's a nice tree. It's the first time in my life that I haven't gotten a real tree. Now, part of this because I just moved and my house is empty. It's fucking empty. I need to buy everything. And a family member of mine, my aunt, said, hey, I have an extra tree just sitting in my garage. I said, you know what? Let me grab that thing. But much like dome football, fake trees, in my opinion, have no place. They have no place at Christmas time. But this year, and this year only, much like the Grambling Southern game, I will make an excuse for it. I don't know where you're at on real Christmas trees or fake.
I might have to push back on this a little bit. My mother hangs about 200 ornaments on the Christmas tree. We need one of those artificial ones with the stiff limbs that hold those things up.
I don't really.
You're all,
get it.
you got to have real. You got to have real, man. You got to get the smell. You know what I mean? You got to go do the whole experience. You know what I mean? It's just.
It would be my preference. It's a pain in the ass to get rid of at the end, though.
Well, I mean, it's a pain in the ass to put this bullshit down too. You know what I mean? Like,
honestly, the whole thing's a fucking pain in the ass. That's why my wife does 90% of it.
Yeah, but it's still. This is like like as much as I like this one, it was given to me in the family, and it's positive energy. I got my energy rocks all around it, and all that bullshit me and Steve Alford talk about. But it is soulless in a way, you know. Soulless.
Yeah, it's a good way. To put
But yeah, I went dome football route just this year. What the fuck are we talking about? Delaware State. Yeah. Rob Donaldson, he goes, let's talk Steve Alford. I was on Washington State, buddy. He forgot.
Yeah,
I called for Wazoo. I called for Wazoo, and I think I even sprinkled that money line on the show. I think in real life, I definitely sprinkled the money line, but I'm saying on the show, I think I called for that. Yeah, Delaware State let us down. Then, this line stunk to me. It fucking stunk. But I still went into the stink to quote Patty C. I bet on Cincinnati. And that was a mistake because, buddy, you're very lucky that the ACC is as bad as it is, because I still do think the Big 12 is not. The SEC is like running away with the best conference. Like, I don't think anyone is even fucking close.
No, they're actually. I think the Big 10 might have jumped the Big 12 tonight on KenPom. But I faded the Big 12 tonight. Big 12 teams that I didn't like either of those road spots. In Villanova,
Eric Dixon.
They've actually been playing better recently, is what I highlighted last night. I know that we overreact to the Columbia loss, but I think that they had to have that game. And Cincinnati's That was Cincinnati's toughest opponent so far. I mean, Georgia Tech sucks.
Yeah. I mean, I thought Cincinnati would. I mean, I knew the line stunk, but I just thought, who the fuck is Villanova? Shout out to Frank Corbel for giving us $20. Bieniek, did you bet Cincinnati with me?
Yes, I was in on the stink with you in Cincy here. Mac tried to warn me on this spot, but I still went in anyway. And I guess it was time for Cincinnati to come back down to earth a little bit there. But thanks for putting me onto the fact that the Big Ten passed the Big 12 today in KenPom ratings. I did not catch that, Mac. So thank you.
I'm not really sure how. All you did was play yourselves. I guess it was because BYU fucking laid a lemon egg. They were so pissed off from the goddamn corrupt football that they just no-showed the basketball game.
I ate a bundle of shit on that one, man.
That's what happens when BYU just schedules low 200s and 300s teams in the non-conference, I guess.
Oh, you said that that wasn't a big travel spot last night, right?
Well, no, I was more pissed off about Bryce Hopkins playing today because I was told that he was going to play in the Bahamas. So I was like, hey, you know what? I think Providence is like to win the whole damn tournament. He didn't play a single game and they sucked.
I think
he comes in and he plays today and he looks amazing. And that's exactly kind of what I thought would happen. I like Providence.
I think BYU just needs some more ACC teams because they just beat NC State by about 15 the previous game. So
I don't know if that's. I mean, NC State is just. They deserve
the best team.
They should go independent because they're the worst. All right. And I like some of the independent teams out there. I'm just saying. I knew this line stunk.
I was assuming that Hopkins wasn't playing. Hunter and Monty and everybody that's coming at me.
Buddy, you just got to ignore them and tell them to shut the fuck up. All right. You don't got to get all fucking emotional about it. All right.
I'm just saying there was a report saying he'd play. He didn't play for 3 straight games. Then there was a report saying he was going to play again. Why should I believe that? All right. I'll get out.
It's true. Fair enough. I mean, I've been there before. I knew this line stunk way too much. Way too much for me to bet this. Arkansas 76 for Miami 73.
Fuck Miami.
Miami actually should have won this game. Yes. But I just knew when this line came out, I go, what this the second I saw the line via the SGP show when those lines, we were doing the show live when it dropped. The lines dropped. And it was like, the fuck is that? And at that second, I knew, the fuck is that? I knew that there was something else going on here. If anything, I should have bet Miami, but I just thought, man, Charleston Southern. I still can't believe Arkansas came back and won this. They actually, in my opinion, had no business winning this game. Good win for the SEC. This is a stolen one. This is like on a night where the SEC did kick the ass of the ACC.
Yeah.
This is one where I think if you're clinging to the ACC, we're like, that one actually is the one that you should have had. You should have had. There's not many you should have had. This one you should have had. Your thoughts?
I bet Miami, and I was going to break my TV if they had not covered this game because they literally led.
It came down to it, man. It was close.
I know. Dude. I was starting to wonder. I'm like, are they point shaving at Miami? How do you just lead a game for 38 and a half minutes and you're not even going to cover five points? But yeah, they Arkansas missed their free throws. Let me ask you this. Is Arkansas maybe the worst team in the SEC?
I mean, I'll tell you this. They're definitely – I was bullish on them too. This reminds me of my Patino play last year.
Yeah.
I would say maybe Missouri would be worse.
Yeah. Maybe South Carolina.
Yeah.
They looked good tonight. At least they took care of business. But I just Arkansas doesn't have an identity when I watch them. They're just hooping out there, and Calipari's just on there with his fancy ass suits. I don't like.
With his goddamn Tyson chicken money, got his whole goddamn refrigerator stuffed with Tyson chicken.
They look like Kentucky last year, but they don't have the pros at the guard position that they had last year. They're not very good.
Shout out to Moneyline Ed giving us $20, and then Hunter Vic followed us up with $10. He said should be buying my girl her Christmas present, but shout out back. There we go. There we go. Guess what I bet? I bet Presbyterian, and then the Rattlers of Florida A&M came in all sizzling. Fuck you, Presbyterian. You motherfuckers.
Yeah, that
I thought this was a great time to jump back on them. No, ate a bundle of shit. Tell me you bet Florida A&M.
Yes, I did. Me, I'm a sucker for the home dog, and this line rigged. And Presbyterian, I hope you framed that 3-day stint at Stephen F. Austin. That was not reality. You're back to reality. You're not a very good basketball program because they have completely sucked ass ever since leaving the state of Texas, Nova Scotia, or whatever the hell the town is.
Yeah, something like that. Nova Scotia. Let's go. I also bet High Point. Hi. You fucking suck. This team, I'm done with this team. I am done with High Point. This is the spot. Greensboro, you're supposed to beat Greensboro. You're located like 2 minutes away.
Yep. Good game.
Did you have action on this?
I took Greensboro. I thought the line reeked to high hell. I mean, it was a 3-4 team laying points. I know it flipped through 0, but against the almighty High Point team that everybody's crowned in the offseason, the teams that have gotten crowned, we'll talk about a couple more here in a minute, did not do well again tonight at the mid-major level.
Yeah. Now, I did take JMU. The only problem is I didn't bet it because they won by 10 over East Tennessee State. Did you bet this?
Yeah, I was on ETSU. I ate shit on this one. I rode my Buccaneers. They were red hot. JMU, good win. Nice bounce back.
And to go with my awful night, I had Northwestern in the points, but I also had Northwestern money line. And Iowa hit a 40-footer at the buzzer to win the game. Tough night for old Dick Pick Dundee over here.
Dick Pick Dundee. Hey, how was the fucking ending? Josh Dix with the fucking 40-footer. That's such an Iowa fucking bullshit ass win.
I knew it was going in too. When I saw it, I go, he's gonna drill this. He's gonna fucking drill this. And then it was boom. I was like, perfect. Let me continue putting the ornaments up with my family. My wife's wondering why I think the fucking, but she's making cookies. You don't look like you're happy having the cookies. Yeah, they taste like shit. No, they actually taste good. They just taste like shit because this white kid just buried a 40-footer.
Northwestern, Heartbreak City, and Iowa wins more bullshit ass games in football and basketball than any other athletic department. They'll win 9 games in football and they should have won fucking 4 or 5. Like that Nebraska game on Friday, they had no business winning that game. Then they're winning this on half court shots. That fucking crazy Michigan State game a couple years ago. Yeah, for McCaffrey, yeah. Let's go. Good win, Iowa. Good cover.
Then I took the 9.5 with Notre Dame. Yeah.
Bieniek, did we battle on
this? Bieniek is asleep.
I didn't play this, but I was on Georgia.
All right, so we both were on Georgia. I faded all the teams coming off the Vegas trip. I had a theory that sluggish coming off the 72 hours off Vegas. I know how I feel 72 hours off Vegas.
Yeah, we did talk about that.
Good point.
Yeah. Unless you're just, we'll get to another couple teams. But yeah. Is Georgia the most underrated team in the country? I tweeted that.
Good God. I mean,
I really like Georgia this year.
Yeah. It's like Dominique Wilkins is back playing for him.
I think I picked him 7th in the SEC or something like that. Something stupid. I can't remember, but yeah, I was high on him.
The even crazier is I had this loaded up to bet, and when I was going through all my bets, and I removed this one, Western Michigan in the points. I removed it. Of course, it hits. Dayton 77, Western Michigan 69. Did you bet this?
No, I was a coward. I should have bet Western Michigan. Noah was talking a Michigan school into me, and I couldn't bite. I didn't bite. I bet on the other Mac Michigan school that fucking ate shit tonight that we'll talk about here in a minute.
Yeah. I mean, my night was bad. Of course, I backed. Like the only good thing is I backed it up with points on certain instances. Like I took Cal in the points, but I also took the money line, and they blew a 16-point lead to Missouri. That was my type of night. Like between this and the Iowa or the Northwestern money line. Oh, we got to have a cocktail. What the fuck happened here? I didn't even watch this game. I don't have the TVs yet. So I was working on one with the 4 games on, and this did not make the cut. I ate shit really bad here. And they had like a 15 or 16 point halftime lead.
Yeah. I was on Cal with you. I think that Christmas tree wouldn't be there if they had not covered this after being up 16 at half.
Guarantee.
Okay, they tried to. They called a timeout with no timeouts left, so they got a technical foul. And I'm like, you bastards are not gonna fucking lose the cover this way. But good win for Missouri. This is another one. If you're the ACC, you're like, come on, man, we got to finish this. You're up 16 at half. They completely got dominated by Missouri's athletes.
I just want to talk about something here. Dusa in the chat. He says, Colby, Tommy from Tommy's Diner died yesterday. He went by today.
Damn.
That's horrible, man. Dusa, do you know anyone I can get in touch with over there? That's fucking such a bummer, man. That was my guy. If anyone can get me in contact with whoever is involved with Tommy's Diner, I don't know how that would go down, or a manager besides Tommy, but rest in peace to Tommy. He was a very cool fucking guy, and I didn't know him too well, but that's fucking horrible, man. That's fucking horrible. Someone please get me in touch. I want to send some shit over there. I took LaSalle. They didn't win against Northeastern. Luckily I didn't bet it, or I would have ate more shit. What'd you do here? You took Northeastern, didn't you? You filthy animal.
I took LaSalle, man. I was buying back into Dumpy, and then they ate shit on the road. I thought Northeastern was coming back down a little bit, but Bill Cohen's got a good team. I'm not fading them ever again when they're at home.
Yeah. Dusa, please, if you can, at the Colby D on Twitter, let me know. I'm really bummed out, man. I'm really bummed out to hear that news. I was talking with him a couple weeks back, I feel like, on Twitter. And yeah, especially it's bad enough to go in general, but to go during the holidays and shit, man, that's fucking brutal, man. I'm really sorry to hear that news. And yeah, maybe I could just send, I don't know, flowers or something. That's terrible. I did cash on this one. Hampton against I fade A&T after I watched them against East Carolina, because I'm an ECU guy and I'm convinced we are going to win the national championship, but I believe we're not that good. And when I saw East Carolina destroy A&T,
yeah, I
just thought, man, A&T must be really fucking bad. And then I talked to my guy Terrell Furman Jr. as a grad, and he's like, they're the worst. So I bet on Hampton, and that did cash. I don't even feel like I should play the music with the shitty night that I had. Did you bet this at all?
I had A&T, and they had a 9-point halftime lead, and they just fucking destroyed themselves in the second half. Tough couple nights for the road teams that have had leads at the half. They've completely sold out for these home teams.
Yeah. Shout out to Charles Walker, because did you send the dude a shit? I sent. So I am not. We have a guy that's in charge of our merch, right? I sent him the message. I told him. Remember, I said it was out in the ocean. Let's follow up on that. I have not got a message back.
Check your email.
But he should still check his email and his spam. I did my job. And by the way, Charles, are you on Twitter? Charles, are you on Twitter? Shout out to my guy Charles, who's been coming here for years. Charles, if you're on Twitter, if you can, I know this might sound obnoxious, but I'm saying, like, if you could send me a DM, I know you were talking about one of these camo hats the other night, and I know you've been rocking with us for a long time. I will try my best to answer your tweet DM to me, and I think I can accomplish it. And I will send you one of these hats, brother. South Florida 74, Stetson 72. I did take Stetson in the points, but I didn't bet it, of course. Did you bet this?
Yeah, I took Stetson in the points. But yeah, they were down like 25 and came all the way back and almost won.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't want to bet the game because Stetson had been that bad, but I did bet Vermont and they fucking suck.
Yeah.
Shamir Bogues, nothing like Muggsy Bogues. That goddamn, I don't know. Just like, what's up with Vermont only scored 53 at home? It's not the Vermont that I know. I mean,
I didn't touch the game. The line I thought rigged. The Brown guys have won 4 in a row. They're playing good ball quietly. I think they're 5-3 overall. So Mike Martin doing a good job there. Good win. That's a big win for them.
Yep. Yep. Princeton took down St. Joe's. I picked this correctly. Didn't get it done. Yeah.
I locked Princeton. I felt like we finally got him as an underdog after they've been a favorite all year, and they played well. Xavier Lee, fucking triple-double. Big-time game.
Yeah. I mean, dude, fucking what, 18, 13, and 10, I think it was. And then Winthrop took down Queens. Took Queens. How we doing? How we doing out there in the world? Sorry if I'm not as optimistic as normal. That'll be for tomorrow's portion when we get to the picks. Even took Lemoyne.
Army.
Our guy Rucker went for like 36. Watching this game. I got this dialed in through the laptop, and I'm just like, of course. This guy's never been. He's been a fucking questionable. Like he plays in the fucking NBA for like 3 years, and of course he shows up against Lemoyne, drops 40 or something close to it. Yeah. Shout out to the Black Knights. And then ECU loses to Wilmington, which I at least had the discipline to not bet ECU. Cause I just had a feeling that Wilmington was gonna drill them. Travis says, Colby, your picks are funnier than your stand-up. Very accurate tonight. Not gonna push back on that one. But I appreciate you tuning in from your job at 7-Eleven there, you prick bastard. Right? No, I'm joking. But no.
Yourself, motherfucker. Yeah. I'll say it for you.
Yeah, there we go. Look, on a night like tonight, I really can't defend myself. I had like by far the worst night of the season. But it's okay. I appreciate that. Go fill up another Slurpee, you fucking bitch. All right, no, I'm joking. Santa Clara 74, McNeese 67. I took McNeese. Did you take McNeese?
Absolutely, man. I like the spot. I mean, you were getting Santa Clara off that event, and then they had a double-digit lead, and fucking they just collapsed in the second half. They couldn't make a goddamn shot. One game, winning streak gone. What we got?
It was bad. Bad night. I did pick this one accurately. St. Peter's got it done against Duquesne. I didn't bet it, unfortunately. St. Peter's 62, Duquesne 50. Nice.
I went to plenty of Duquesne games when I was in college. This one, I could smell this loss a mile away coming back from the Cayman Islands off their first win of the season. Get that bullshit out of here. Oh, man. Drew James off a foreign trip? Hell no.
This is a spite lock, but I wanted to just battle. Noah because he was hating on Duquesne.
St. Peter's suffocated them. Great W. And yeah, I mean, I've been following the chat along as well. I went 0-3 on my best bets to finish the night, but I had a winning night. So it can be a little bit confusing there because the ones that I listed as my favorites ended up losing. Every other bet hit. So it was one of those nights.
My favorite is when I had the 33-11 week or day last week, and I went 0-3 on best bets, and I was getting shit. I said, "Hey, dumb fuck! I just went 33-11. There ain't gonna be a better day than that. I'm sorry that the three that I highlighted as the best bet, fucking were out of the 11. So sorry."
Yeah. I can't remember what I did on this. I think I didn't bet this game, but Lipscomb 80, Chattanooga 62. I think I took Lipscomb. Can't really remember.
Lipscomb there. That was a good win for them. They kicked Chattanooga's ass.
Yeah. Asheville 52, George Mason 74. Mason's rolling again. I didn't touch this one. Akron 86, Northern Kentucky 73.
Zips are playing good ball.
Yeah. South Carolina 73, Boston College 51. Someone explain to me.
College.
That loss is gonna age like milk for Boise. That's a terrible fucking loss.
What is this though? You're at home. And South Carolina comes in there and puts up 73.
Didn't even fucking show up for the game.
Fucking horrible.
My favorite bet last night.
They just lost to Dartmouth, the worst team in the Ivy, and you got South Carolina coming to you. This had to be the get up spot where you're laser focused. All right, we got to get this one back. We got South Carolina coming in, and this is the ACC in a nutshell. Suck ass. Fuck you.
Yeah.
It wasn't even. They didn't even tickle us that they were going to maybe come back. They just said, "All right, just beat us by 20. We're going to lay down, take it."
You want to know? You want to know how bad this loss was? South Carolina lost by like 15 at Indiana, and Indiana went 0-3 in that fucking or 1-2 in the Bahamas.
Yeah,
terrible loss. To lose
fucking Dartmouth. Fucking Dartmouth did not cover by a half a point against New Hampshire. I took New Hampshire, just didn't bet it because I'm not a fucking maniac on this one.
I got a bad number because I did not cover. I lost by the hook, and this was my second favorite bet last night. So, yep.
What, New Hampshire?
Yeah, I faded Dartmouth after the Boston College win.
I watched the last 30 seconds. They got fucking screwed by the refs in this game. The guy missed a 3 to take the lead, and then they called a horse shit over the back, and then they lost the cover that way.
This thing closed at 4, I think, but we picked it at 3.5, and I bet it at 3.5. And
the old hook got us. The old hook got us, Noah.
Syracuse loses by 26. Of course, I was foolish enough to say, you know what, they can cover 22.
We got to vent about them. Hey, I like this. Another ACC in a nutshell. I took Syracuse as well. Everybody is shitting on your league going into tonight. This has got to be a get up spot for the ACC. We're going to show up and compete. And you can't cover 20? You can't cover 20, Syracuse? You fucking jabronis. That is they're a joke too. They're terrible.
I had this moment when I was putting these lights on this tree and I was thinking about everything, I'm talking to my wife and my son and got the dogs in the house, petting them. Hey. And, but inside I'm in another world and I'm sitting there and I'm thinking about, what it is the ACC doesn't have any good coaches. Like when I look at the SEC, I'm like, wait, they got Rick Barnes used to be in the ACC, Chris Beard. They got, Nate Oates. They got Bruce Pearl. I mean, and look, some of these guys maybe haven't been able to get the national championship, but they've been able to kick ass in other realms, like as far as just dominate, as far as recruiting and stuff. And I'm sure there's more. Calipari, Mark Pope. I think Mark Pope's a very good coach.
Yep.
So I'm putting up these Christmas lights, and I go, they got elite coaches. The ACC doesn't. Yep. I was like, ACC just that like. I say this with respect to Hubert Davis. I like Hubert Davis as a human being. I don't know if he's a very good coach. Now I don't like John Shire as a human being, but I don't know that he's a very good coach.
I was North Carolina and Duke catching strays in a Syracuse recap.
No, I'm talking about the ACC conference, though. Adrian
I know
Autry.
you are, but they haven't played against the SEC.
He used to ball out. I remember he was good. I don't know if he's deserving to be of a head coach at a program like that.
I just think it might be a little poorly timed because they both host home games against.
Okay, Damon Stoudemire. I didn't think he was good at Pacific, right?
There plenty of ACC coaches.
Yeah, Leonard Hamilton actually used to be. Larinaga and Hamilton used to be Thunder and Lightning, but those guys checked out a long time ago. No one got the memo, right?
He should have retired with Krzyzewski, Roy Williams, Boeheim, and Tony Bennett. They should have went out with them. Yes, this was my point last year when I was shitting on the ACC is the coaching has just completely fucking tanked. And that's why the Big 12 has been so fucking good over the last decade is good coaches, good culture. And now the SEC has really ponied up in the last 5-6 years on their coaches. I mean, they got guys that have gone to the final left and right. And
now Tony Bennett's gone. You're sitting in the ACC and you're looking at like the best coaches. You're like, Brad Brownell? Is he the best coach in the ACC? Like who is the best coach in the ACC? Pat Kelsey's got to prove it to me. Jeff K. Like I was thinking about this. Yeah. Honestly, if you had to, like, I grew up, and you grew up in the same area I grew up in, but like I grew up in the heyday of the ACC when it was like Bobby Crimmins and Gary Williams, Coach K, obviously, Dean Smith, and that carried over to Roy Williams, with the exception of a couple of years there, and everyone else, Boeheim, you had Pitt with Dixon and Ben Holland, and it just. I know they weren't in the ACC at the time, but still, I'm just saying, like when the ACC formed as this conference not the 17 team, but the 14 team one, I thought, good Lord, they're going to be so dominant in basketball, right? With the exception of Maryland leaving, and they're completely it's just they don't have any good coaches.
If it were not for Duke and Carolina. They're getting, and I keep saying this every year, they're like getting closer. And I know they'll pop up for an NCAA tournament now. We'll see if they can continue to do this every single year. They're getting closer and closer to a mid-major because they outside of Duke and Carolina, they don't even fucking show up for these games. Like their home atmospheres tonight were awful compared to the SEC. Other than even Louisville wasn't.
Clemson was all right. Clemson was all right.
I'll put my hand up and onto it right now.
Kentucky.
Yeah.
Because Kentucky was in there, though.
I agree, and that's why I was a little bit doubting Clemson in a way, because I thought Clemson or Kentucky might be able to show up. But I'll bite the bullet there. I didn't bet Kentucky, but a lot of people on Twitter and in the YouTube chat giving me shit for saying that Clemson wouldn't show up. I was very impressed by it.
Clemson used to have Rick Barnes back with Greg Buckner and shit. That's what I'm saying. Like they used to be every night in, night out. It was like the must see TV. Now it's just like, you're just like, hey, well, here's what I wonder. Are they realizing, and I feel like, you're starting to see it in football, at least certain basketball schools realizing they have to focus in football. I wonder if you have the only two sports that really make money are football and basketball. Yes, baseball, some in the SEC, but I wonder if that's, they put more emphasis. They're cutting Olympic sports. I think will these universities put more emphasis on the things that make them money, football and basketball.
The ACC is close to the SEC's level currently today. They both had 4 teams in Omaha last year. So I think the ACC baseball wise, it's not going to make you as much money for football and as basketball would either, but they're close to that level. They're legit in baseball.
Yeah. But I mean, my point is that like, are we going to see like Larinaga and Hamilton are probably going to retire?
Yeah.
Who knows what BC does with their situation? But I feel like could you reload? I mean, Miami spends money in the portal. Shout out to Travis. Colby, have another cocktail, you schmuck. I will, buddy. All right. Buddy, I win. You're in our chat. All right, buddy. I mean, look, I've opened up for fucking Roddy Piper. What have you done with your fucking life?
I think he's just pushing your buttons.
I met Captain Harris on the goddamn Amtrak from Police Academy. All right. And I had a whole goddamn meal with Captain Harris from Police Academy. What the fuck have you done with your life? All right.
Hey, real quick to kind of put a bow on this, like I said, the ACC atmospheres were complete ass tonight with the exception of the one, Clemson, because Kentucky was in town. So the formula, it's pretty simple what the SEC, Big 10, and Big 12 have. Good home atmosphere and a good coach, and you're going to win ball games. The ACC doesn't have that outside of maybe Duke and Clemson and I guess Pitt. Carolina, I guess. I mean, Carolina, Hubert Davis is kind of iffy. But other than that, man, I just nobody goes to these games. These games are boring.
Yeah. Yeah. They have a problem with that. It's a private school pussy thing too, I think. Yeah. But because Miami's never really been a basketball school, even when Leonard Hamilton was there with Constantine Popa and Steve Edwards and shit. They weren't drawing a crowd then. And BC, it's been so long. BC, it's been like 25 years, I feel like, since they've been able to. All right, let's continue on this journey. UT Martin, of course I bet him. Charleston Southern drilled him by.
How did they not win this game? It's fucking Charleston Southern. God damn.
Of course I bet him. Of course I bet him. Skyhawks. Someone forgot to tell the Sky Captain that the airplane had no fucking gas. Yeah. These Buccaneers coming in. These Buccaneers are just on a mission right now. What's going on with these? Ever since I made fun of the logo.
Beat Miami. That's a 30-point dog.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, this was the
Southern or Arkansas.
This was the final loss of my favorite three bets that I all went against Courtney Love. We were talking about Courtney Love being in the building for a couple of games last night. Did not come through for us because Charleston Southern just found out how to play basketball, I guess.
Yeah, I also bet Sam Houston State against Indiana. That one didn't hit.
Damn, you did have a bad night.
Another clunker there. Dude, this is by far the worst night of the year. Like, without question to me. Perfect in the if my wife's wondering why she gets only like 1% of her gifts. Evansville did hit on Evansville against Murray. Fantastic play there. Bradley took down Southern Illinois. I mean, I didn't bet Evansville, by the way. I did bet Southern Illinois though. I thought Bradley sleeping, big game, Carbondale.
Like never had a fucking shot. I was with you on this one. I love the Salukis. I thought Steve Nagy, Missouri Valley opener. Bradley might just be head and shoulders. Oh, actually, Drake's pretty fucking good. But yeah, Bradley. Woo!
Travis, it's not you guys suck. It's me, not Mac. Me.
500.
That's what I'm saying. 500 is good enough. That's not a shitty night.
Yeah.
I had a horrible fucking night. So you single out me. That's what you need to do. Single out me. I know you have a couple times, but keep it coming.
Colby, right? I still think he's in on the joke. So I think Travis is just playing you and pressing your button.
Oh, whatever.
Mac is tall.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Yeah,
SMU 101, Alabama State 72. I did take SMU. Your thoughts?
Ooh, I'm glad I didn't bet Alabama State. I almost did. Somebody was talking about it in the chat last night. They're like, this is a great spot. I go, I agree with you, but I just can't do it because SMU is corrupt, and I think they get an extra bag when they cover.
Oh, I didn't bet SMU, but I did bet Eastern Michigan. Eastern Michigan 54, Loyola Chicago 76.
Sprinkle this fucking Michigan shit. I hate fucking the state of. Actually, I don't hate the state of Michigan. I took the Wolverines.
I didn't bet it. I highly encourage everybody to not bet Eastern Michigan. They're just always.
You bite your tongue. You bite your tongue. You sandbagging son of a bitch, right? Ypsilanti is a thriving city. It's
how many
in the right
times
direction.
Did the coach's buddy angle come through for us?
Yeah.
This time it didn't, and you know what? I didn't play it though, so I apologize. I was rooting for you, but at the same time. I root for EMU's demise.
I also bet for those Mormon pricks, you bunch of fucking weirdos. They're always trying to you ever notice that? They're fucking weird. All right. You're fucking weird. And how do you not go up there against a shitty Providence team? I don't care if they got healthier. All right. You fucking only score 64 points against Providence, a shitty Providence team. I'm out on these fucking weirdos. All right. I'm done with them. I'm done with them. All right.
You calling them Mormons actually sparked a thought from me, because the ADs were really fun to follow on Twitter today. They were active.
That was funny. That was. I did see some of that. I saw some of it.
So Providence's AD, I don't know if you saw this, but he tweeted out apologizing to BYU in their fan base because the student section, I believe, was chanting "fuck the Mormons."
God.
Well, that should happen. We take the world too serious. We really do. Like, I saw that, Greg Sankey's statement regarding flag planting. And it's like, dude, shut the fuck up. It's just a flag going in there. No one got. They weren't even a part of the Ohio State Michigan game. They're not in the SEC yet. I'm sure. Give it another decade. But
dude, it's okay.
Can we just have fun? God,
it's okay if there's some shoving matches after the game and a little bit of a dust up. I know everybody killed Del Rio and then he drove through the fence, but every now and then you need a little controversy, a little shove in there. And
you're taking the world too serious. It's like they're sitting there. It's just like it, but it's a problem in our society. They just take it way too fucking serious.
And I also find this hilarious from the fan base that called their ex-coach Hitler.
Yeah. That's right. I mean, yeah, you can really, yeah. I mean, you could talk about how they poison trees, right? Yeah. Which once again, fucking hilarious. I mean, but it means more, and they lean into it. They lean into it, saying it means more.
Yeah.
And then they're mad that they got the Florida State flag or Ole Miss. I don't even know what fucking games in the SEC did it. It was Florida State. I know that was one. I don't think there was that much more. Why issue the statement on it? Boise State 87, Utah Tech 64.
Did they cover?
I don't even remember who I took in that, but I know I didn't bet that. I didn't bet that. I did bet this though. I bet Georgia Tech against Oklahoma, and 8 shit here too. 8 shit here. Did you bet this?
Absolutely. I faded Oklahoma off Atlantis. Georgia Tech had a fucking halftime lead, getting 12 and a half, whatever number. They cover for 39 minutes, and then they wanted to foul at the end of the game, and they lose by 15. They suck. Stoudemire sucks as a coach. That was my biggest hesitation with them when we did the ACC preview. He had a losing record at fucking Pacific, and he got the Georgia Tech job.
Just because he was the Celtics assistant coach.
Yeah. I mean, I faded Kevin Young, and I'm out on BYU because they got an NBA. That NBA shit don't work in college basketball. You take that NBA up to the dunk and you lose by 20. That NBA shit out of here.
Yeah. I bet on Wake Forest. They scored 44 points tonight. You can guess how the rest went.
All right, let's call it. I like Steve Forbes, big fan of his. I bet Wake Forest. I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear from them in March. We are undervalued in the league. You scored 44 points in the ACC SEC challenge. You couldn't cover 9 when Texas A&M only scored 56 points. Get out of here. I don't want to hear from the ACC. You guys fucking suck.
Don't you love how these two coaches are the most vocal about it too? At the end of the year.
It is.
All that fucking chirping. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. You guys.
Steve Forbes might be the best ACC coach, even though he's never taken Wake to the NCAA tournament.
Yeah. Lock battle for me. A very ugly lock battle, but I'll take it.
Yeah. I like all that chirping in the offseason from the ACC, net manipulation. No, there's no manipulating the net when you just get your ass kicked and you lose by game after by game. There's no stop that fake news. There's no net manipulation. Win a fucking game. That gets you into the tournament.
Yeah. I picked Hawaii. Should have bet Hawaii. They almost beat Grand Canyon. Only lost by 6. Cover. Didn't bet it, of course. I did bet this one though. LSU against Florida State. I knew Leonard Hamilton was still on the still at the old folks home. See, told you I could pick one. Your guys' thoughts?
I ate shit. I took Florida State. I was like, I think Leonard's going to get up here, and I wanted to fade McMahon. Another ACC that had a halftime lead, and there it went. Goodbye. Good job.
Yeah.
Football season's over for LSU.
ACC Mac is retiring, and I will go back to shitting on this conference.
Yeah, another lock battle W for me. Team SEC.
I tried to fucking lock cards with the ACC because they're getting fucked in the college football playoff, just like the Big 12 is, and they just made me look like an asshole tonight.
I bet on Louisville. Hi, how are you?
That one never had a shot. I took
how you folks doing? So,
cool.
Feel free. I know we're trying to get 15K by January 1st. Feel free to unsubscribe.
Colby,
get on over there. Click that unsubscribe button. Click that fucking unsubscribe button, you crazy bastards. What's
I don't
up?
know if you listened to last night's show, but did you like our angle about this game? Chris Beard was kind of overlooked for that Louisville job.
Yeah.
Oh, I did forget about that.
He did not care about the Louisville injuries. He ran this up.
Dude, like
I didn't make the connection there.
And Colby, some of these games I'm just watching the different athlete in the SEC versus the fucking ACC.
Yeah.
Like the Ole Miss Louisville game looked like men versus boys, just like the Tennessee Louisville game. They just completely punked them and suffocated them with their size and athletes, I thought.
Well, I can tell you this.
So that was
if the SEC, I mean, the SEC was always buying their football players. Had they just started paying their basketball players, they would have been the best conference a long time ago.
Yeah.
But then it became then it became legal, and Florida's like, we can play the basketball players.
Mac's been on the point for a while, and you already said it this show. It's the coaching. The coaching angle in this one was just out of this world. Beard over Kelsey every day of the week. Awesome. That was my doubt on this Louisville team was Kelsey, because he was at a premier program in the CAA and the Big South. Like the Big South was a good step up. And then the CAA, he was at a premier program where you can bring in a lot of the top talent in that conference, and they just ran shit. That's what you're supposed to do. Now the playing field's a little bit even, and we'll see how he does. That's why I'm a little bit hesitant on the Louisville team. They had a good weekend, but fade them off the foreign trip.
Yeah, miss Pryor, by the way, big time.
Yeah, true. Oh my god, 100%. They're without 2 starters now for the entire year.
I've missed Richard Pryor for fucking 30 years. I mean, I know he didn't die 30 years ago, but I mean, we've missed him. Folks, what to tell you that the college basketball experience is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Yes, Underdog Pick'em is one of the biggest menus for all the sports. We got college hoops, college football, NFL, MMA, NBA, NASCAR. Shit, you name it, we got it. We still might have marble races up from COVID. So sign up, and when you do, sign up with the promo code TCE SGPN to claim your special pick plus first time deposit offer up to $1,000 in bonus cash. UnderdogFantasy.com, promo code TCE SGPN. Bieniek, you got anything on this?
Yep, I'm going with North Shadow Mirrors higher than 15.5 points. I mean, we've learned from UConn and Maui, the interior defense sucks, and they get in foul trouble. And Norchad, albeit he's not the biggest, and most physical beast down low, he should be very much involved in the game plan for Drew and company of Baylor. So I like almost anything on the board for Norchad, but I'm going to go his higher than 15.5 points.
There we go. Jump on over there. UnderdogFantasy.com, promo code TCE SGPN. We're also brought to you by Rebet. Rebet is a new social sports book available in 45 different states. There are plenty of betting opportunities that are available on Rebet. It's easy to use and great for people in states where traditional sports books may be restricted. Hello, California. Download Rebet in the App Store and use the promo code SGPN for 100% deposit match up to $100. That's Rebet, promo code SGPN. All right, we are back. Hey, I hit on this one. Michigan, 67. Wisconsin, 64. Bieniek, didn't he take Wisconsin?
I was on Wisconsin last night. Hey, I am impressed by the new big man duo nickname is Area 51. Vlad Golden's number is 50, and then Danny Wolf's number is 1, so Area 51. They fucking dominated today. I think they combined for 44 points.
Danny Wolf had 5 blocks.
10 blocks combined between the two of them.
So they both had 5 blocks. Unbelievable.
Yeah. Wolf had like 7 assists. I mean, he was running around like crazy. I think he had 3 steals. But that duo in the Big Ten is going to play very, very well. But it's still the guard play for me. Like long term, when they're in the non-conference, they struggled with the turnovers. Today, the turnovers weren't nearly as bad because they're playing a bunch of staples. But when they are not in conference, I'm a little hesitant to buy all the way in. But it's going to be a fun conference season. Those two are really good. They're going to live up to the bill.
There you go. Mac, you took Michigan?
I did. I wanted to fade Wisconsin. I felt like they had really overachieved so far this year. And I know that they just rely so much on getting to the line. And I felt like Big Ten opener, they were going to let them play a little bit. Michigan looks really good. I almost want to call them a contender with just their front court. And I'm impressed with the buy-in Dusty has early on.
Yeah, I'm eating crow. That's why I realized that, though. Like a few games back. It was easy to see a tide turn there. I also bet Clemson. Holy shit, I actually hit a couple in a row. Clemson, 70. Kentucky, 66. Is this a triple lock?
No, Bieniek loves Clemson, but danced around and was buying into that Kentucky bullshit. He fucking come on, this was easy.
We had a court storming. There was a court storming there. Yeah, great win for Clemson. Really the only win the ACC has. Yeah,
I apologize. I handicapped the crowd wrong. I thought it would be more of a 60-40 split, but Clemson did much better than I expected. So, yeah, I've already said that once on the podcast before. But yeah, that was why I didn't go in.
Yeah, Kentucky's not the number 4 team in the country. That was good win over Duke, but that's been their only game so far.
Yeah, I mean, they get the treatment. It's like Notre Dame. Yeah, in football. But
Kirk Kreese is on their team. Reminder.
So I decided to bet friend of the program, Steve Lavin, plus 22 points in Tempe. Only lost by 37.
You see them up 13 early?
I was feeling great. I go, that line was ridiculous.
I almost
absolutely ridiculous.
I've been San Diego too, man. The fucking net manipulation by Arizona State, Bieniek. Fucking drilled them. My Lord. Arizona State's the best athletic department in the country.
They are. I told you guys. I warned you guys, and you guys thought I had too much fucking that local alcohol they have there.
You did, but yeah.
Yeah, I did too. But I also cashed on UTSA against St. Mary's. They almost won this thing outright.
Yes.
Play my music. How about these Roadrunners? Meep. Didn't bet the Stanford Valley game. Did you? I think Stanford covered, but at Utah Valley and Stanford. Did you bet this?
I bet Stanford. They pulled away at the end.
There we go. I did bet Washington, and they covered against UCLA. So I mean, kind of hit like 4 or 5 down the stretch towards the end of the night. If you're looking for a reason why you should tail all my plays tomorrow, could be that.
Ride the momentum into the next day.
Yes. Game balls. Where are you going? Lead the way.
Let's go with, the lone survivor. The SEC had already clinched the challenge at 9-0. but Clemson was the lone ACC team to get a nice dub here. Good job, Brad Brownell, the best coach in the ACC now.
Yeah, I mean, it's him or Steve Forbes fighting over that. Game ball to I'm gonna give it to a rivalry game. Give me Bradley just going into Carbondale and taking a gigantic shit on these Salukis. And you know what? I feel like most years I know better because I'm a Bradley backer traditionally. Fit many of conference tournaments with the Bradley Braves in my life. And I got cute. Here. Took the Salukis. Dogs did not get hot. Game ball. Where are you going?
A guy that we kill often is Kyle Neptune. But that was a nice fucking win tonight. Cincinnati undefeated. Coming in there. Villanova pop-up spot. Showed a little bit of that Philly pride here. Maybe they can show a little bit of pride and look like Villanova headed into Big East play. So Villanova game ball. Like it. I'll play a little music for them. You know, I much like the Bradley Southern Illinois one. I like the cities or the rivalry state games. I'm going to go UNC Greensboro beating High Point. They've heard all the, they were located right next to each other. They've heard all the shit about High Point all year. And they beat them down. Took it. So game ball, Sparty, UNC Greensboro. Where are you going? I like that one. I'll go to my sleeper. I had I think in the Elite Eight or right there, the top 3 in the SEC. I think Ole Miss is the real deal. I think Chris Beard is a top 10 coach in college basketball, maybe fringe top 5. He's back. He's back, baby. Year 2, Chris Beard. That thing's going to get rolling. Let's go Ole Miss.
Yeah. That's a good one. I'm going to go with Bieniek's Wolverines. You go on the road. Didn't slap their coach this time, which I'm disappointed in. But still, that's a big win there in Madison against the Staples. So game ball to the Wolverines in a Big Ten conference game. All right. Folks, before we get to tomorrow's action, which is awesome, by the way, tomorrow's slate, if you love college hoops, I want to tell you the college basketball experience is brought to you by MyBookie.ag. Yes, MyBookie's been running on SGPN for years. Glad to be back with them. Check out their new and improved website. It's great on mobile. Plus props for every game, and the live dealer casino is always a blast. And they have early new cash out options as well. So what are you doing? Hop on over there. I love Boise State Friday night in football on the Smurf turf. Let's go. Head over to mybookie.ag, promo code SGPN for 100% deposit match up to $1,000. Plus they're going to give you a little $10 casino chip just to get your beak wet. That's mybookie.ag, promo code SGPN. We're also brought to you by Rhythm. SGPN's proud partner. Rhythm is the #1 AI-powered sports betting platform that helps provide bettors of all levels the ability to build custom predictive betting models in seconds and get predictions for betting on everything: money lines, spreads, totals, props. Look, you can sit back, copy one of the top performing models from the leaderboard. You still probably make cash, or you could get creative, select what you like. It'll build around that, which is really cool. Now you can track props in the Rhythm app. So what are you doing? Hop on over there. They introduced college basketball on November 2nd. They got NBA, college football, NFL. They got everything over at Rhythm. Claim your free 7-day trial period today by going to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. That's RITHMM. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. All right. We are back and ready to go. Oh, wow. They're just going to hit us with this one first, huh?
Day game.
Wait. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're right. I don't have a line on this. Do you see a line? I don't see a line on that. West Georgia is in Macon, Georgia, taking on Mercer. Mercer got a huge FCS playoff game on Saturday. Still, it's too early, right? You have a line, you said?
Yeah, Mercer's laying 12.5.
Let's lock West Georgia.
I agree. Let's
go.
Lock the team that hasn't won a game yet, and a little color angle here.
Come howl with the Wolves. Let's go.
Mercer to be laying 12.
Yeah, too much. Next up, I love this one too. We got a little cross town. This is a great game in football. It's a great rivalry game in football. Harvard taking on fucking Holy Cross. Harvard laying 3.5. Give me Harvard. No lock.
Yeah, interesting game here. Last year was a 2-point game. I think Harvard's the right side. I think that they are getting better under Amaker, and 2-16 laying points on the road's a little telling as well.
All right. I mean, this one. You smell that?
Who we got?
8-0 Columbia is heading to the Broadview Center to take on the Great Danes of Albany. And they're only laying 4. Albany plus 170, 175 on the money line. Shop around. I think
Columbia got on deck?
I think we should be betting Albany. Why is this line so short? They have Marine Academy, right? and then after that, they have Sarah Lawrence. Good old Sarah Lawrence. Why is this line so short?
Well, Albany is 5-3. They have lost 2 in a row here. So coming back home, it's the first home game since Siena about a month ago. They had been playing good ball before losing to American, but I'm with you. I think Albany's the right side. I think we should lock it.
Let's go.
This fucking Columbia shit out of here.
Give me these Great Danes plus 4. Actually, shop around. There is 4.5 out there as well. Let's go. Shout out to the great Rob Donaldson. No sake tonight. Just when you talk a lot, you have a lot of drinks in general, alcohol and non-alcoholic on the table. No sake tonight. No sake tonight. But like I said, we had eggnog and whiskey. We've got just straight black coffee. We've got just a bottle of water. Then you have a carbonated water, and yeah, just then a bottle of whiskey sitting here. So we got everything. Albany, that's the play. That one screams to me. Florida Atlantic, FIU. This is a rivalry game. Atlantic's laying 9.5. Give me FIU in the points.
What did FIU? Oh, they got drove by 30 last year, but that game was at FAU. Last time that they came there, it was a 4-point game. That was the Final Four year. FAU's been stumbling here recently. Losers of 3 in a row compared to FIU. They just lost by 1. Do we want to lock FIU? Home dog here?
Sure. Excuse me if I'm a little hesitant after the night that I've had, but yes, let's do it.
Let's go. Get FAU at.
I got that Pitbull money. Big fan of Pitbull. Moving along. Ohio State, Maryland. We got a little Big Ten matchup. Maryland's laying 3.5. Give me Ohio State. Mac?
I think I like Maryland here. I'm starting to buy into Maryland, which means I might get burned. This is a fringe lock. I think they pull away at the end and get a nice home win to start Big Ten play.
You're locking this, you said?
Fringe lock. I haven't decided yet.
Doug Gottlieb in Green Bay are laying 4.5 against IUPUI. Ooey pooey. Should we bet Gottlieb?
I don't like the vibes. He tweeted out a calendar of.
I know. Did you see that? What was that? I saw that.
He tweeted out a calendar of all the off days everybody's taking this month, and I'm like, don't you have to coach this month? What are you talking about? He don't give a fuck about this job, man.
He probably makes more for his other job.
He does. You think he's fucking grinding on Ooey Pooey? No way.
I
can't get there though.
I've jumped into the show for a reason. I'm on Green Bay here. I think they've got a little bit more talent. This is a short line. Yes, it is the conference home opener for IU Indy, but I don't know how many people are going to be buying into the new regime so this early so far, and I don't think there's going to be many people there. So they have a win against Alabama A&M on the road by 5. The only other 2 wins for IU Indy are Goshen, and IU Columbus. Everything else, they haven't been able to keep it within this number. Green Bay has looked pretty good to me, in my opinion. Competed against Ohio State, competed against Oklahoma State, Providence. They were in that game. They covered there, and they won a game at Western Illinois. I think they have the talent to just be able to cover this. I think they win it by 2 possessions. I'm betting this. I like the Phoenix here. Phoenix rise.
I'm with you. I'm just not betting it, but I'm with you. I think that's the right side of it.
I am pointing Gottlieb on the road.
Noah Bieniek locking up the Phoenix.
The cocktail napkin has this one at -7 for what it's worth. So jumping in on it.
Is heading to Storrs, Connecticut to take on UConn. And Danny Hurley's bitching about something right now. I guarantee you that. UConn's laying 2.5. The over under at 144.5. You know, it stinks to high hell. I don't give a shit. I'm locking Baylor. I just got to do it. Mac?
Yeah, and they did us a favor by ranking UConn 25th, because I was going to be like, oh, shit. This is the system of the unranked team laying points at home against the ranked team. But somehow UConn's still ranked. Not after this game. Baylor, I think, drills them. Hurley's already got his excuse ready for tomorrow night why they got drilled. Baylor, big. Let's go.
Let's go. Double lock on the Bears.
Better guards.
Coastal Carolina is heading to Bowie's Creek, North Carolina, to take on Campbell. Campbell's laying 5.5. I will lay the 5.5 with Campbell. Mac?
I like Campbell here too. I think this is fringe lock, man. Coastal, that's a team I want to fade. I don't think they're very good at all.
I don't think they're very good. And actually, they just won by 22 against Upstate. So we should probably jump on Campbell.
Yeah, let's go. Campbell.
Let's go.
I think they're playing pretty well.
I'm glad we got to talk it out. You know what I mean? Like sometimes it's all you need is to call up the therapist. Yep. You know what I mean? Just start talking about shit.
Campbell's chunky soup.
Yeah, you got to get in on that. We could, you know, if you're talking top soups for Campbell's chunky or for Campbell's soup, I think it's basic. Like their tomato soup, kind of shitty in my opinion. I think you go chicken noodle. I think it's I hate. Look, and I'm normally not the guy to take chicken noodle at the 1 seed, but I think for Campbell soup, I don't really fuck with their other stuff that much. Like mushrooms, all right. Lentils, all right. Fuck, I think I've even had their bean. It's all right, but what's your top seed on the Campbell front? The
Campbell chunky soup, the traditional one.
Donovan McNabb's mom, remember her?
Yeah,
doing all this damn career. Wasn't even her mom, right? Yeah, I mean, I can't remember if that's accurate or not, but I could be full of shit. You said your chicken noodle would be your go-to if you had to choose?
Chicken noodle.
Yeah. Ryder, Fairfield laying 1.5.
What am I missing here?
Well, one's the best team in Connecticut.
I know.
And they won by 17 a year ago when they played last. Stinks a little bit, but give me Fairfield. God love Stags. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm with you. I know it kind of reeks, but I want to back Fairfield at home. I like them on their home floor. We should lock it.
All right, sold. Needed some bets.
Chris Casey's our guy, man.
Georgia Southern's getting 18.5 points in Richmond. It's a big number for VCU, man.
Yeah, that's a big number.
I think we should bet Georgia Southern.
But is this the line that's baiting you into taking Georgia Southern, and then you're just like, oh, fuck, I went against VCU in the Siegel Center? I think I'm going to lay it. I think the line's telling.
I'm going to bet Georgia Southern plus the points. It's too many fucking points. What do they got on deck? Penn. It's worth a shot. Youngstown State taking on Bob Morris. Bob Morris laying 2.5. I will lay it with Bob Morris. No bet. What are you doing here?
Yeah, I had Bob Morris circled here too. I think that they're the better team, and Youngstown's been up and down here. So Bob Morris fringe lock for me.
Illinois State getting 5.5 at Belmont. I cashed on Belmont. Belmont's been a cash machine of mine this year. But I kind of like these Redbirds.
Little road spot here.
Give me Belmont minus the 5.5. What are you doing here?
I think I have a hard time going against Belmont in that arena. I know Illinois State, like you said, we like them, but Belmont in that arena, I feel like they pull away.
I could be talked into betting this.
Let's do it. Opener.
Bruins, baby. Let's go. Coppin State, our boys, taking on the vacuum company Wagner in Staten Island there at the Spyro Sports Center. Wagner won by 3 the last time they played. The line is 12.5. Give me the points. Give me the points in Coppin. What are you doing here?
I'll take the points. No bet.
I gotta be honest. I was thinking about betting this one. I was thinking look, Coppin's 0-9. I think I've bet on 3 times this year. I think I'm 2-1 betting on Coppin State. For right now, no lock though. Fair Dick is heading to Fordham. Rams laying 12.5. Give me the points. What are you doing here?
I'll take the points at Fair Dick. No bet.
Do we have a line for Morehead State at Marshall?
10.5. Marshall's laying 10.5.
I will lock Marshall laying 10.5.
Yeah, that's the bait to take Morehead. Marshall, they're at home.
Let's go.
They're a home team spot.
Tennessee Tech is heading to Florence, Alabama to take on North Alabama. Tennessee Tech won by 3. The last time they played, but now North Alabama's laying 9.5. What's going on here? GBO Farms, where you at?
Yeah.
Give me the points. No lock though. Bit terrified of this one.
So is this the first? North Alabama's been playing road game after road game after road game. I think it's a good spot here for North Alabama, so I'll lay it.
Colgate is hosting Cornell. Cornell's a 1.5 point favorite. Colgate's 2-6. This is one Colgate gets. Give me this white on white crime here. Give me the Raiders to get it done.
Oh yeah.
We should bet.
I'm betting.
We should bet this.
Home dog with the staple.
I see your your backdoor cut's not as good as mine, right? Next up, Bellarmine is catching 3.5 in Cullowhee against Western Carolina. The Cats aren't there yet. Give me Bellarmine to win this outright. What are you doing here?
I think I'm on Bellarmine as well. I'm tempted on them to bet them, but I usually like taking them at home.
The Bonnies are laying 7.5 in Lewisburg, Pennsylvania, taking on Bucknell. What? Give me Bucknell. Give me Bucknell. Doesn't I thought it'd be a little higher actually.
Bucknell, another one that's lost 3 in a row on the road. Back at home, I think we back Bucknell here. Fade the Bonnies. They're off the Florida trip. Laying points.
Let's go.
Or Bucknell all day.
Gardner Webb is taking on Wofford. Wofford laying 4.5 there at the this fucking Jerry Richardson guy. He's got it on the basketball court too. This guy's just a visionary. Wofford laying 4.5. I will lay the 4.5 with Wofford. We've talked about the Jerry Richardson thing, right?
Yeah, the Panthers guy.
It's just legendary.
Hey, I'm racing him out.
Yeah, but he beat the world. You know, the world normally like that. Like he got ahead of it. He sold the team in like 24 hours, which is just, he didn't even get it appraised. Nothing. He said, sell the team.
I think I'll take Gardner Webb. I'm not buying into Wofford.
They looked good the other night, man.
I know. And that was like the first time they looked good all year. So I'm going to fade that. No bet.
Yeah. Central Connecticut State, the real Blue Devils are catching 9.5 at UMass. I hate to do this to you, buddy.
Oh man.
Give me them real Blue Devils. Give me them real Blue Devils. What are you doing here?
Last year UMass beat them by 30. I'll lay it with UMass. I'm not betting. I'm not putting any more money on UMass right now. Are you betting Central Connecticut?
Oh, I'm taking it on the money line.
Oh yeah.
I think they go in there and win it outright. You look at the last two games. I mean, Frank Martin literally stepped on his team's ball sack, and they got up and they won by 8 against Harvard. That does not look good this season, and they won by 12 against NJIT, and that was not a good performance. I'm just going to whisper it into the microphone that way Matt can't hear me, but that was not impressive.
Hey, Bieniek,
this cocky ass Blue
Devil. Oh, you motherfucker!
Get out of here!
Give me fucking UMass. This is a spot. Central Connecticut's off a freaking 2 off that UMass lull upset win. They're gonna run out of gas here. UMass.
We got a battle going on between Dundee and Bieniek with the real Blue Devils and Mac with UMass.
Cocktail napkin has this at +6, so right on that 2 possession mark. I think this is a tight one coming down the stretch.
Well, I got a parlay happening here too. I got a parlay happening. Furman laying 2.5 at the Gulf Coast. You guys went live without me the other day when Gulf Coast won on the money line, which I fucking called. All right. Furman laying 2.5. Give me Gulf Coast. The line's telling you everything. Gulf Coast is pretty good, man.
Let's bet Gulf Coast. Furman back-to-back road spot off of the fog. I think they kind of got beat up in that game. So yeah, give me Gulf Coast.
Fly with the Eagles. Fly. Let's go. Monmouth is catching 1.5 against the Engineers of Lehigh. Lehigh.
We have to fade Monmouth, right? They just beat Seton Hall as a 15-point dog outright by 15. They covered the other way.
I watch a lot of Lehigh basketball, more than any sane human being that doesn't have their son playing for them. All right, give me Lehigh. No bet. No, I'm not betting this fucking game. Are you betting this?
Yeah, give me Lehigh. Dude, I gotta fade Monmouth. They're off the Seton Hall Super Bowl win.
Moneyline Mag, lock it up. Lehigh.
First win Super Bowl. Dump the Gatorade in the locker room on King Rice. Let's go.
The George Washington Colonials. The George Washington Colonials are heading cross city.
This is
not even really cross city, like a couple blocks to the Bender Arena, where AU is catching 4.5 over under a 140.5. Last time they played, of course, America won by 5. Give me AU. Get this George Washington bullshit out of here. What are you doing here?
I think America's going to win outright. I like them out of the Patriot League. Home dog in the nation's capital. Little brother. This is a little brother angle. They've won the last 2 in this series. Give me American. AU. Lock it up. Let's go, Dwayne Simpkins.
All day. I'll join you on that. Alabama is heading to Chapel Hill, catching 2.5. I'm going to lock Alabama. They've already been on the road. I mean, I know they're coming back from way over there, but I'm saying on the West, but Vegas. But I just think they're better. And they played at Purdue. They've played a lot of meat on the schedule. So get this Hubert Davis shit out of here. You want to battle? I know you're battling.
I think I like the Alabama side. They do have an injury. He is out for the year. This is a rematch of that great Sweet 16 game from March. I'm with you, man. I think Alabama's a bad matchup for North Carolina. I think the speed and they're not going to be spooked by the fucking wine and cheese Dean Dome. They've played at Purdue. They've played in Vegas. I like Alabama, more battle tested to beat North Carolina off of Maui. Let's go.
Roll Tide. Double lock. Roll Tide. Roll Tide. Let's go.
Roll Tide. Roll.
The Wahoos are catching 16.5 at Florida.
No, are you locking Florida?
Hell yeah. Jump on the wagon before the wagon gets really rolling. They're next up on the Spank Virginia train.
I'm actually going to take the Wahoos here. I'm going to take the Wahoos here because Florida's got the future national champion on deck in Arizona State.
They are not looking ahead to that game.
They got Arizona State on deck. I think they realize that they're the best team in the country, and Virginia will. This game is going to draw out like a blade. All right, so Mac, what are you doing here?
They played last year, and Virginia actually got them, but they had Tony Bennett on the sideline.
That's my angle here. This is a revenge game. Florida was actually leading for most of that game, and they blew it down the stretch. Revenge angle for Florida, and just this team is so much more athletic than that Virginia team that has struggled against good competition. They got blown out by Tennessee, blown out by St. John's. Florida's going to put up more points than both.
Leaky, and Josh. I'm not taking Virginia to win the game. They're getting 16.5. Yeah. Florida wins by 12.
I'm locking Florida. They're going
Tennessee won by 22.
Syracuse all over again.
St. John's won by 25.
They're going to kill them.
This is a point win.
No, give me the Wahoos. Give me the Wahoos.
You're taking the staple on the road?
I know you want to over there. You're pondering the lock battle. Why aren't you doing it?
No, I don't feel Tony Bennett out away from Virginia. There will be no locks on Virginia this year. I'll put it like that.
They're gonna fuck them up. This is a
double lock with Mac and Bieniek. Moving along. Alcorn State's catching 24.5 at Wichita.
I don't fucking know.
I'm going to take Wichita. I'm going to lay it with Wichita.
Yeah, they did just get fucking undressed by Florida down there. So, give me Wichita. Lay it. Alcorn's fucking awful.
Louisiana Tech's catching 12.5 at Memphis. Give me the points. I just feel like it's a sleepy game for Memphis. I don't think they're focused on La Tech. You know what I mean? Where it's like, that just seems like kind of a bye game. Okay. Yes. Have them come in. La Tech covers. Memphis wins. Memphis wins by 8. What are you doing here?
I'm going to lock Louisiana Tech. They are off of their first loss of the year in an embarrassing fashion, a 20-point or 15-point favorite against Southern. Now they're getting double digits on the road. I think they're pretty good, and they have high major size. I think we have a single-digit game. Memphis off of Maui, too.
I like it. Let's go. 12.5 with the Bulldogs. Come run with the Bulldogs. Next up, we are going to the likes of the Vandals of Idaho heading to the Swinney Recreational Center.
My team.
To take on UMKC and this team that Kangaroos, they hop around. Didn't they burn us the other night? They did burn us the other night.
Yeah, the Kangaroos have. The Vandals have been my team so far this year.
I actually think it's a get right spot for these Kangaroos.
With that said, I agree with you.
Yeah. Lock. Lock.
I'll join you.
What's that?
I'll join you. They've lost 5 in a row. They're coming back home finally.
Central Arkansas is catching 9.5 at Little Rock. I'll take the points. No bet.
Yeah. So give me Central Arkansas. I mean, Little Rock's been another team that has been a fucking hyped up team this year going into the year, and they have not delivered. I know they've had some injuries, but they haven't looked the part yet. Give me Central Arkansas.
Marquette is getting 5.5 in Ames.
Yeah,
I'm gonna lock up Iowa State minus 5.5. This Biggie's bullshit out of here. Your lone undefeated team going into Hilton. Kind of fascinated by this game though, and I don't think it's gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be an easy one. It's gonna be a late cover. What are you doing here?
Yeah, I agree. Pull away at the end. They win by 9. Can't go against Hilton Magic, baby. And why the fuck is this game on ESPN Plus? It's the biggest question. It's a top 5 game. Yeah, lay the clones, baby. Let's go.
Double lock on the Iowa State Cyclones. Let's go. This is a fantastic game. The Tommies of St. Thomas are heading to Greeley, Colorado to take on Northern Colorado.
Ooh, baby.
This is a great game. I am going to bet on Northern Colorado, though. I will lay the 4.5 with Northern Colorado. They're coming off an ass whooping in Lubbock. Going back to the well. What are you doing here?
I had this circled too. I like Northern Colorado here. Home team. I fade the Tommies when they're away from the Shoenecker. So let's go.
Let's go. Double lock on these Bears. Heading to UIC, to the Credit Union or Capital One, whatever the fuck it was. Arena. UIC won by 6 a year ago. I'm gonna lock up Northern Iowa minus 1.5 on the road. What are you doing here?
I'm gonna battle you. I think Illinois Chicago's actually got the better roster here. I think that they start off with the bang to start league play over Northern Iowa. Let's go.
Why is the line so short?
What do you think? UNI should be favored by more?
Yeah.
Let's go.
That's why I'm on. That's why I'm on Northern Iowa. But I'll see you out there on the gridiron.
Flames
We
on.
got a battle. Dundee, Northern Iowa, Mac, Flame on with UIC. All right. Northern Arizona is catching 3.5 at Oral Roberts in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I will take Northern Arizona, but I will never bet on you filthy shits again. What are you doing here?
I'm locking Oral Roberts here. You got the 2-6 team laying points against the 6-2 overrated ass team. Oral Roberts smash.
I kind of like it, but I'm not going to do it just because Northern Arizona has been my kryptonite.
Yeah.
Moneyline Mag, lock it up, Bob Roberts. Idaho State's getting 4.5 in Vermilion, South Dakota.
Bieniek.
Wow.
Wow. This game.
Wow.
Who the fuck are you locking?
Idaho State. Have you seen who they played this year? Arizona State, they kept it close, lost by 7. They lost by 6 to USC, lost by 14 to UCLA. But have you seen what UCLA's been doing to teams this year?
Yeah.
They beat San Diego on the road. They only lost by 1 to Fullerton on the road. They're going to keep this close. Cocktail Napkins got it at +2. I'm in. I'm bought in on the Bengals. Looney's squad's good.
You want to battle?
Yes. I like the Coyotes here. We'll battle you here. You're way too confident with these tuck jobs over there.
Now we got a problem. Now we got a problem.
Dundee, Mac, riding the Coyotes of South Dakota. Bieniek, playing these Idaho State Bengals.
Love the Bengals. Go.
I do.
Next up, Oklahoma State's laying 5.5 at Tulsa.
Oh God. Don't fucking do this to me, Oklahoma State. Don't do this to me.
I'm taking Tulsa in the points. No bet though. No bet. What are you doing here?
So last 2 times I got it pulled up that they've gone to Tulsa. Tulsa's won outright, and the other one was a 4-point game. I feel like this is a bad spot coming off Charleston. They got, what's it called on deck? The Big East Challenge. I think I'm going to bet Tulsa, man. As much as I want Oklahoma State to not fuck this up for the Big 12, this has got a bad situation written all over. Give me Tulsa, home dog it up here in the great state of Oklahoma.
Moneyline Mac locking up the Golden Hurricanes. I'm just riding. I'm not no waiting. Montana State's laying 5.5 at Omaha. You know, I picked against Omaha the other night, and I ate a big old bag of shit.
Is this the challenge, by the way? I just we got a bunch of teams from the Big Sky playing the Summit. Is this a Big Sky Summit challenge?
That makes sense, right? With some of the other matchups, right?
Yeah, so we do have a Big Sky Summit.
Yeah.
Right. Good. I'm not losing my mind. I'm like, why are they all playing each other?
Yeah. Give me Montana State, but I no wager. little shell shock with these Omaha Mavericks.
Yeah, give me the home dog with Omaha. Let's go. Omaha. Tough place to play.
Michigan State is heading into the hardest place to win in the Big Ten. Some say it's a college basketball mecca. It is known as the Barn.
Phoenix
to take on the Minnesota Golden Gophers. Michigan State's laying 4.5. Give me Minnesota to cover this. Maybe win it outright. Mac, what are you doing here?
A phenomenal spot to take Minnesota. We got Sparty 2-1, overachieved in Maui, beat Carolina's ass. Now they're coming to the Barn. Barn going to be on fire, baby. They beat them. They beat them last year at the Barn. So let's go.
I'll add to your angle too. This is a really young Michigan State team. First true road game this season.
Oh yeah.
Let's bet this. Hey, in the middle of the Barn. Let's go. The great crucial conflict gave us that gem. How about NJIT taking on Seton Hall and catching 16.5?
Ooh. Yuck.
Who does Seton Hall have on deck?
Oklahoma State. It's actually tempting to bet NJIT.
I'm taking MJIT in the points. Just no bet. What are you doing here?
I like how we're talking about a look ahead spot for Oklahoma State versus Seton Hall. That game's going to be awful for the challenge. Yeah, give me NJIT. Like, Seton Hall can't fucking score. Although last time I said that, who'd they beat? Wagner, 52-28. And I was like, how the hell do you not cover 15 and you held them to 52? So that could happen again here.
Yeah. Kansas is heading to Omaha to take on Michael Creighton and the Blue Jays of Creighton. Why does this stink? Is Kalkbrenner playing, by the way? I thought he was questionable.
I was going to say, I don't think we can really make an educated bet right now.
As of right now, give me Kansas. Until I know Kalkbrenner's playing, give me Kansas.
I got to think he's going to play, though.
Yeah.
If he plays, I'm all over Creighton. This is like the loss for Bill Self.
If you ask me, I think this line's indicating that he's going to play.
I think
so
too.
They probably attacked that third game against Notre Dame as it's Notre Dame, game 3, loses bracket in this Vegas tournament. We already got our money. Let's not hurt the guy. And we got Kansas next. Let's keep.
Well, let me talk about this for a second, though. If he plays, how healthy is he? This is a guy who gets injured all the fucking time.
Yeah, I mean, he'll probably get injured.
Didn't I prove you wrong on this already?
Yeah, he's actually not as injured as you think.
Yeah.
He'll miss a game.
Colby gives him a bad rap. We went over this in the Big East preview.
It's because what? 2 years ago he missed.
He missed 6 games. They went 0-6.
Yeah.
Or they lost 3 of them, all against high major teams.
Why did he miss the game again?
It was a bad ankle injury.
Yeah,
right?
I think it was an ankle injury.
Well, no, he had the one in the tournament that took him out for the tournament.
Yeah.
That wasn't the ankle one. That was the ankle, I thought.
Hey, by the way, Creighton covered against Kansas without him in the tournament in the second round.
That's right. That's right.
I think this is a schedule loss for Kansas. They're off of the Duke win. They got Missouri on deck, who is that game means something to Kansas, and they lose one in the non-con every year. I think Creighton's a one. Omaha get up spot. I'll lock Creighton. I think Kalkbrenner plays. They make a bunch of threes in that game.
Money line Mac, lock it up. The Blue Jays of Creighton.
Form that court, Creighton. Let's go. Down go the Jayhawks.
Loyola Marymount is catching 8.5 in Fort Collins at the Moby Arena. I thought about betting this. I'm taking LMU, but they're such a weird team.
This fucking line reeks.
They're such a weird fucking team. Sometimes they get drilled by 20 by like fucking North Dakota. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like the 8.5. What's that?
LMU was just in Cancun. That's why it probably reeks.
Yeah. Is this we overreact to the Cancun challenge? Loyola Marymount really does suck, and they come back to reality, and Colorado State just drills them by 20.
Wasn't Colorado State just in Palm Springs though?
Yeah, but they didn't play well. Like Loyola Marymount won 2 games, feeling themselves here. Now they got to go from Cancun up to Fort Collins. They're good. That's a tough little transition there.
I'm still taking the points. I think Colorado State's not very good. No lock.
I'll lay it. Maybe I'll bet it tomorrow. TBD. Hey,
South Dakota State's heading to Missoula. Take on these. Wow. Just dawned on me that they're playing in basketball and football at the same time, like within a 3-day stretch. This has got the FCS playoff game, Montana at South Dakota State. And we got this basketball game, South Dakota State at Montana. Fascinating. I will lock up South Dakota State minus 2.5. Mac?
I think I'm going to battle you. I like Montana, and I like him in that building. And I think you get the Jackrabbits out of South Dakota. I think they're vulnerable. Give me Montana. Home dog it up here. South Dakota State wins in football. Montana wins in basketball.
We got a battle in Missoula. Dundee with the Jackrabbits. Mac with the Grizz. Tim Miles in San Jose State's catching 19.5 in the Pitt against New Mexico. 8.5. It's Sam Houston. San Jose State. Mac, what are you doing here?
I think we should lay it. I mean,
I'm betting it.
You're laying it and betting it.
This is not the first home opener Mountain West stomp spot I'm even going to take tonight. There's another one coming. New Mexico. I'm laying the points here. San Jose State just went 3-0 in their Las Vegas tournament. We like the fade teams kind of coming out of most of these MTEs. 3-0 in Vegas. And also it's the Pitt. And San Jose State, when they've hit the road, 14-point loss against USC. They're not good. 11-point loss to Hawaii. 13-point loss neutral against Pacific. This team's laid some eggs. And I think this is a spot where they're kind of fat and happy off the 3-0 MTE. And New Mexico puts it on them.
Bieniek locking up the Lobos. Mac, you joining them?
I think I'm going to stay off a lock, but I'll lay it with New Mexico.
Wyoming's catching 18.5 in Logan against Utah State.
Are you laying this one?
Yep. This is Wyoming coming back from Cancun. True road game for a bunch of new pieces to Division I basketball. The other true road game they've already played this season, they lost by 50 to Texas Tech, basically. So I think Utah State puts them on and put it on them because Logan, Mountain West home opener, they run it up.
Utah State is off of a great week, though.
Yes,
they
themselves had a 3-0 MTE in Florida. I understand.
I'm laying. Actually, I'm going to take the points on this one just because Utah State just had a hell of a week, but no bet for me.
Hey, Bieniek.
Battle.
Let's battle. Give me the 18.5 with Wyoming. Elevation, they're used to look. They practice in that elevation. They're gonna be fine in that elevation.
I just think it's
by 12.
It's the home opener. I still think these guys get up for it because I could totally understand the 3-0 MTE in Florida. You fade that, but I think it's a different situation here.
Abilene Christian is getting 1.5 in Las Cruces against New Mexico State. I'm going to take New Mexico State minus 1.5 because they've lost 4 in a row. And I think we should think about locking this.
They have lost 4 in a row. In this game, yeah, I think we back New Mexico State at home. Their only loss at home in that time is Pepperdine. They're not going to lose another home game. Let's go.
Lock up the Aggies of New Mexico State. North Dakota's getting 6.5 against Eastern Washington. Give me the points. What are you doing here?
I'm going to lay with D-Dub. I was impressed what they did against Utah the other night. They're 1-7. They have got to be the best 1-7 team in the country. They're a fringe lock for me. I think this is a nice double-digit win for Munson and company.
Sac State's catching 2.5 against Bieniek's Denver Pioneers.
Oh, yeah.
Give me Sac State to win this thing. What are you doing here, Mac?
But the only thing Noah always says, take Denver at home. I'll take Denver.
I'm locking Denver.
100%. Confident.
Bieniek locking Denver minus 2.5. This ain't hockey, kid.
Oh, they have lost 4 in a row. It's a good spot. I may join you. I'll join you. Let's go talk into it.
There we go.
Yeah, it was out of here.
It was a rough MTE in Missoula. They come back home and they're gonna win this game.
Double lock on. I'm not betting this fucking game. Are you kidding me? Double lock on Denver. North Dakota State's heading to Weber. Weber's laying 4.5. Oh God.
Your arch nemesis. Come on, baby. Let's bet Weber.
I think we should, right?
Yeah. North Dakota State's won 2 in a row. Won that big game at Valley by 20.
Yeah.
Back-to-back road spot. Weber it up, baby.
Weber State double lock. DePaul is heading into Lubbock, Texas. Take on these Red Raiders. Catching 14.5. Give me these RuPaul blue balls.
No,
what are you doing?
14.5.
This line is telling you it's going to come crashing down.
Everyone I know is on Texas Tech. So DePaul Texas Tech wins by 13. DePaul gets the cover.
No way.
I'm not betting this. I'm just saying.
My favorite bet of the night.
This one is too chalky, dude. I think every fucking person.
7-0 DePaul. The stock is higher than it's ever been in like the last decade. They're 95th in KenPom right now. They've never not been inside the 100 since I've been capping college basketball. Texas Tech is going to stomp DePaul here. Their first road game of the season. Brand new team. Brand new head coach. Technically, Holtman's been around the block, but going in the Lubbock, this place is going to be a volcano. They're gonna get fucked up.
You might be right.
He's got this 21.
I don't have strong conviction, but I know that Texas A&M's on deck for Texas Tech. So I think it's a little bit of a look ahead. I don't think they know who DePaul is. They don't even know where it's located. All right.
Still the Big 12 Big East battle. They're going to show up for the conference.
Give me DePaul to cover this. No wager though.
Good call. Lock Texas Tech. They're going to kill them.
Yeah.
This is the welcome back to reality, DePaul. Yeah.
Double lock on these two chalky foes.
You want to look at DePaul's stock? It's going like this. Lubbock down.
I got a lock for you here, though. Auburn is going into Cameron Indoor Stadium.
Ooh.
Duke is laying 2.5. I am locking the Duke Blue Devils minus 2.5. They're bringing it home tomorrow. These kids are camping out now. Let's go. What are you doing here?
Yeah, I kind of think the ACC is going to lose every game again, except they're going to win the final one. Maybe they'll go like 2-14. Duke wins, and I think they cover. There's a nice fade Auburn spot off of Maui coming to Cameron Indoor.
And that also double lock, but also that's give me the Blue Devils parlay. Central Connecticut State with the Duke Blue Devils. We're having fun with these Devils, like Herm Edwards said. Texas laying 2.5 against the Pussy Pack of NC State.
Ooh.
There's a chance I might actually go to this game and rep NC State gear just because Texas is such a little bitch school. But give me the Pussy Pack. I can't take Texas if I'm going to go to the fucking game. What are you doing here?
You're going to go this game on Auburn and
I know. I was thinking about that. That's the only dilemma. It's like I want to watch Auburn Duke, but I was like, man, it'd be fun to shit on Texas.
I don't think I'm going to overthink this one. Give me Texas. I think NC State sucks.
They do suck. Don't get me wrong.
This line is short though,
Yeah.
but so is Boston College, South Carolina. Fuck it.
What is the Vandy Virginia Tech line? Has anyone got that?
Vandy's laying 5.5.
I'm going to lock Vanderbilt as they complete the football basketball sweep against Virginia Tech. Yeah, I feel pretty good about it. Mac?
I'll battle you on this one. Give me Tech one more time as a home dog.
There'll be like 12 people at this game.
I think there will actually be some people for this one.
We'll
I think
see,
Vandy's a recognizable name here. It's Vandy to be laying points on the road.
Who the hell wants to see besides Damani in the chat? There's no one in Blacksburg that's going to say, hey, let me go check out this game.
This is going to be the random one that the ACC gets. Let's go.
Bieniek, you want a side of this?
Yeah, I'm coming in here to bet Vanderbilt as well. Look, I can acknowledge that this is Vanderbilt's first road game of the season, but do you know where Mark Byington previously coached? James Madison. He's heading back to the state of Virginia. The scene of the crime. The Commodores, they get up and cover.
Double lock for Bieniek. Dundee on these doors. Mac on these Hokies. He won't quit with these Hokies.
Spot.
Cocktail napkins got Vanderbilt minus 8.5 there for
what? Mike Young give you a Spalding once?
Staples are
going over here.
Staples are going to be sharp at home against those fucking nerds from Vanderbilt.
Well, the Pitt Panthers are heading into Starkville, Mississippi.
Oh, yeah.
This one. I love this one, dude. Mississippi State minus 5.5. Hit this right now. Get this right fucking now. They're winning this game by double digits. I don't need to sell you, right?
No. This is a revenge, too, from the NCAA, that phony-ass Pitt win in the tournament a couple years ago where Mississippi State missed like 7 shots in a row at the buzzer.
Unbelievable.
Hail State, double digits. Let's go.
Double lock. Hail State. You know, I love this next game. We got Portland State taking on Seattle. Just right there. Seattle's laying 8.5. I think that's ridiculous. I will lock up Portland State plus the 8.5. Mac?
I'm going to take Seattle. I'm going to lay it. Hey, they're back at the crack house.
Yep.
They suck.
Well, Seattle's.
I think Seattle's going to get them here, man.
Seattle's one of those other teams that you fade when they're away from home, and you back them when they're at home at the crack house. Portland State in their 2 road games this season, 17-point loss to Milwaukee, and 8-point loss to Washington State. Not covering this line.
8? What do you mean? I'm seeing 8.5. What line are you seeing?
I see 7.5. Bet MGM.
Yeah, well, I'm taking the 8.5, and against Washington State, that would cover this game. You sandbagging son of a bitch. All right.
Okay, it's still there, but I'm just. This is Seattle's second home game of the season against a D1 team. I think they get up for this thing. Usually they are pretty automatic. An ATM at home at the Crack House. I'm going with
battle.
Red Hawk here.
Battle. Let's go. I like all these battles. Spinal. No, not what I was looking for. Here we go. We got a battle. Dundee on the Vikings. Phoenix on the fucking whatever they are. Red Hawks. Oregon is laying 5.5 in Los Angeles against USC.
Ooh, this line.
I will lock USC. Ride the money line. Ride the money line. You're with me?
Yeah, and Oregon's got what? UCLA on deck. This is right in the sandwich of that, getting that $1.5 million in Vegas. 3 wins in 3 days. They're feeling themselves. Great spot to back USC. Ultimate load.
Double lock. Final play on the night is San Diego State laying 14.5 at the Save Mart Center. Is this at the Save Mart Center?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, we should
bet Fresno. Yes, I was just about to say that.
Yeah.
Let's take Fresno plus the 14.5. Sprinkle the money line.
Yeah, they're off.
Sprinkle the money line. Sprinkle the money line.
I agree. They're off a hell of a trip to Vegas, and they beat Houston in double overtime. Fresno, new coaching staff is a lot improved, in my opinion. Let's go.
I'm just going to say this. USC, Fresno State parlay. Let's have some fun.
A little 10:30 window. Let's go.
Let's have some fun. If you're up, then you're up. All right. Top plays of the night.
Oh, God.
It's like 100 fucking games, I feel like, today. Bieniek, if you have them, fire away.
Yep. Call me a chalk eating weasel, but I'm going 3 large favorites today. The Mountain West home opener stomp spot, New Mexico, not New Mexico, Utah State. I like them better than New Mexico. Utah State minus 18.5 was my second favorite bet of the day. Wyoming off of the Cancun trip. Yes, Utah State has been rolling. They went 3-0 in a Florida MT as well. Home opener in Logan, though. That place is going to be lit. I like the Aggies there. Favorite bet of the day is Texas Tech minus 14.5. Completely going to tank the DePaul stock so far. It's been a hot start. I like DePaul this season, but this is just they're getting too much respect in the market right now. And then Florida minus 16. Revenge game from last year when they choked away the game against Virginia. I think they put it on the Cavs just like every other good team that has faced Virginia so far. I think Virginia can't really score into the 60s, and Florida's going to put up 80. So give me the Gators.
I like it. I'm going to ride Northern Colorado at home against our Tommies. A second play would be the likes of who do I want to do that? Give me UMKC as the second one, minus 3.5 against the Idaho Vandals. And the third play is the Duke Blue Devils. Mac, fire.
Hail State, get this phony Pitt fucking team out of here.
I do like that. You know what? No. You know what? Take out my Duke play because Auburn's capable of still winning that. Give me Mississippi State.
I like it.
Yeah.
Hail State, Iowa State at home against Marquette. They blow it open late. And then I'll give the ACC a bone. Give me Duke. Give me Duke to beat Auburn.
Yeah, I do like that play a lot. So I'll add that as a fourth. The Mississippi State plays gold. It's gold right now. Folks, that's our show. Give Bieniek a follow on Twitter at NoahB77_. Max on Twitter at Moneyline_Mac. Sorry, I just have the urge to sneeze. I'm on Twitter at TheColbyD. The College Basketball Experience is on Twitter at TCE on SGPN. Subscribe, follow all that shit. Also hit that like and subscribe button, youtube.com/The College Experience. We're having a hell of a good time. The race to 15K. Let's get to 15,000. All right. Once again, shout out to all the people that gave us money. Shout out to Travis Justice for shitting on me all night. And yeah, let's go. Till next time. Wait, hold on. Let me get a good song for us on the way out. I gotta find this. So I mean, it's been a minute since we played this one. We gotta have a tune to go out with just a bang, because I got a feeling tomorrow's gonna be a good day.
A lot of home teams for me.
All-American son of a bitch.
Wait, nice. Where the hell is here's my song. We're good. This is the college basketball experience. You better start thinking about yours. And we out of here.
See him on the street, then tip your hat his way. You'll know just where he's headed and which game he's gonna play. He's a sharpshooting gunman and always aiming high. He'll win any gunfight, his limit is the sky. We're the gunslingers on San Antonio. We're the gunslingers on the road or at home. Remember the Alamo, for such as we are known. We're the gunslingers on San Antonio. And when we're away, we're doing our job. We're keeping law and order at home and abroad. Gamblers and outlaws, you better step aside. Our motto is to shoot 'em up and bring 'em back alive. We're the gunslingers from San Antonio. We're the gunslingers on the road or at home. Remember the Alamo, for such as we are known. We're the gunslingers from San Antonio.